Okay then, so it's the second part of the Cifra 3 motor replacement. If you like this video, why not check out my Instagram page for pretty much more the same. It's on the screen right now. What I've done so far is these two holes here, I've drilled out, well I haven't drilled out, I've used this little needle file. I filed them out. Now I measured it properly, it's something like 3.75 mil. This pillar here has a tiny sort of extension at the top that the motor sits. The motor wants to sit like firmly, it locks it in place, but still stands. I don't know if you can quite make that out. So it locks it in place. Now that it's about 3.75, I filed it out for that. So I filed it out on that side and out on that side. And I've also smoothed off the bottom here and the bottom here because, believe me, it's so tight. Even the original motor's tight. This is tighter. You know, that 0.5 mil there might help in the long run. So, and I have also cut the output shaft. I've took about 3 mil off that. So when this sits in there, on the original motor, the output shaft is smaller and it sits in that hole and it just sort of locks it all in place. But I believe that it'll work without. I mean, if I want to, I could always drill and put a pin into that that's going to sit into that hole, but I think it'll work without. It did the last time. I've also put some black tape over here just because there's a couple of open holes here that drop straight into the gearbox and I don't want any sort of bits of metal getting into the gearbox, so take that into account. So now I can't believe how close the holes are to the original motor. I mean, it's sitting pretty good in there now. Just needs a little bit of fine tuning there. It's pretty much locked in place there now. You can see the output shaft. It's just standing above the plate. So let's see how we get on from here. Right then, I'm a little bit further on. The good news is it's going to fit. But God, hey, I tell you, this is tight. I mean, this is really tight. This, if I turn it around here, this is a metal plate here that everything sort of attaches to inside this here, and that's the cover. That clip there clips over this here. So when that goes on there like that. It's a little bit tricky because you have to attach the back rod that adjusts the time as well. Get that into the right position. That's it on there. So as you can see, God, there's not a lot of room there. It's virtually touching, but it's like that anyway. So I might be able to lower that a tiny bit just by filing off this leg here. Now also, what I haven't fitted yet is there's a small bracket here, and that bracket there, I'll pop this back off again. That bracket there, it goes on there, and there's a hole there, and that hole there is that hole there. So the hole on the end of that bracket attaches to that inside. So when it's on, that's underneath there like that. So that's just loose at the minute. Now one thing I have had to do is the clip, the metal clip that holds this gearbox and motor together. It attached at the side here. Now I've had to file that one off quite a bit, so I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to how I'm going to fix that to the, to the motor part, to this. I think it fits like, that's it fitted together there. I might have to try and get a bit of wire through, but God, there's so much little room, it's unbelievable. But let's see what it's like when I come back. I've had to widen these little holes here just a tiny bit more, just to get them to sit fully onto that. And I've still got the cam to try and sort out somehow. Never mind, we'll crack on. Right, so a little bit further now. What I've decided to do in the end was just to drill out the original cam. I didn't really want to. I tried to make one out of plastic, but it was just not right. It didn't work as well. And so I thought, what the hell? Worst case scenario, I can just get that welded up and re-drilled if I ever had to try and get it back onto the original motor, should I ever get original motor. So that now, this shaft is 4mm, I've drilled that at 4mm obviously, so it fits on, and there's a small grub screw there, little grub screw hole there. As you can see, this shaft has a flattened area, so the grub screw is going to lock onto that, and then I'm going to put it back together. I think I'm just going to have to, for the sake of just joining it, I mean, it locks together pretty well. There's 3 pinholes that attach to 3 sort of mounted areas here. So when it's on, it locks into place. So I'm just going to put some good old electrician's tape around that for the time being. I might properly glue some small plastic areas onto here, but I think that holds it in a pretty good mounted place and in the right position, and well, we'll see how it goes. So I'm starting to lose the light now because I've been on with this a while. One thing I've had to do is, there was this phosphorus bronze collar. I had to reduce that by about 3mm because it wasn't allowing the cam to sit. Basically, I drilled the cam out, as I said before. When that drops on, when it drops on that way, top of the shaft has to be flush with the top of that hole. So that phosphorus bronze like spacer was stopping it doing that, so I had to file that down. That was a little tricky, but it took some time, but I've done that. So I'll put it together now. I have had it together and it does work, but this is just to show you how I've done it. Right, okay. So this is it running. Anyway, you can see the cam there in the motor, and it's just flush with the back, so I should be able to get the cap on there. Quite noisy though. I think I'm gonna pull it apart again and have a look, possibly put some grease into the gearbox and see if that's it. But I mean, last night I found that when you ran the motor cold until it gets the temperature and it all heats up and everything, all the grease starts, it was quite noisy. So I think it probably needs to warm up first, and then I'll see what needs doing. But as you can see, yeah, it is running. So it was quieter than this last night. I mean, the motor. I don't think I could sit with this ticking away this loudly in the room. See it tick over. There you go. So I put some more oil into into the motor yesterday and refitted it, and it's quite quieter. So if you look closely, you can see here, I think this clock for years after it broke down had been stood on its end, and the oil in the gearbox ran through the numbers, so on a couple of them it's stained. I've wiped that off with, even though it's dry now, WD-40 on a Q-tip or a cotton bud, it takes that off. I'm going to go through this clock now that I'm finished and properly clean it up. But I'm quite happy with it now. It's running fine, it's keeping time, and yeah, I'm happy with it. It cost me £10 and the motor cost me 24, and it's up and running, and it's in really good condition for its age. And I don't know the way of dating these, but I think it's an early one. That mechanism definitely looks like it's early. I don't think the later electric ones were like that. So there's our little videos for you there. That's my big one up here. It's a bit of a beast, but I love flip clocks, and I'm glad I got this going. I'm glad it works now. So let's see how long it'll last. Tell me whether you think this video has been a good idea. I hope that I've helped someone replace the motor in this beautiful clock and not pay a fortune for it. I'll post a screenshot of the motor I used, and you'll see where I bought it from at the end of this video. So yeah, I hope it's been of use to someone. Okay then, so as promised, this is the motor details. So that's the website it came from, mauser.co.uk, and that is the price right there. That's the part number you're going to need. So go out and order one if you want to try and repair your beautiful Solari 3 clock yourself. But don't forget, this is these details are for a motor that's going to work in the UK, which is this is a 230 50 hertz motor. It's not going to work for an American clock, although I dare say you can buy this motor with the American spec and repair it yourself. So let me know how you get on, and I hope this has been some use. Thanks now, bye.